Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back once again with another video. It's that time of the year where more and more events are coming out here to stay on top, and it's none other than Old Man Logan trials returning today. Exciting times. Even for us that have already finished the event, this is still a massive opportunity to make sure you claim all these rewards going through, and it only took me about half an hour, seeing as how our roster and characters used are a lot stronger than the last time we did this event, guys. So first and foremost, I am going to be showing you exactly every single team I used here for my high level and how I got the points. Remember, you can see here my run score, 14.5 million, which is actually able to get all the points here. You don't need to finish the full difficulty 15 run in order to get that. So that's huge, guys. It's a huge weight off my back because I don't want to stress about building up my out of time Cabal or Emma Frost and Loki characters when you can just do the 9 notes. So as long as they get through the initial notes, that's all that matters. So I'm going to show you each team. But before I get started, guys, I also want to preface this by saying that this is not a min-max guide. If you guys want to see lore teams, lore characters getting used, I'll link my original video below because that video is going to do a much better job. This video is more about showing you, as a shortcut, what got through it and which teams, especially if you're already built up a lot of the characters that I'm about to show you. Because now I'm going to be using more modern characters that are more relevant in the game, especially the end game. So you won't be seeing a lot of useless tunes here. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is just going to be a quick little shortcut for you guys to use these teams and push through it. It only took me about half an hour, and I'm pretty happy that now all these rewards are ours. So let's go ahead and claim that. All the crimson gear, obviously, if you haven't already got the 7 yellow, 4 red Old Man Logan, and this is always massive. The gold infusion, the gear, and so forth. Massive. I'm always just trying to save more resources, especially since we're free to play and we're trying to maximize bang for a buck. So before I get started here, actually, let me just show you real quickly what you need to be doing in terms of fully maximizing from a pack perspective. I did modify this a little bit. It felt smoother in my honest opinion, just because my tunes are stronger now. But we got Godspeed Spider-Man. This is going to be a massive one to make sure your Spire Society characters get an extra umph of juice, especially since they're going to be going up against some Sinister Six characters. We got Berserker's Barrage here. When a character defeats an enemy, your speed bar is going to get also increased here by 20%. So this is massive because you can steamroll. You can just keep on going, especially if you're getting kills and whatnot. And obviously the ones that are very obvious here, Forged in Fire, World at War, both of these giving Cosmic Crucible and War bonuses, pretty massive to make sure that the teams are working as intended. So 65 points mod, and again, finishing the 9 nodes on difficulty 15 can get you the full milestone reward. So let me now show you the teams, and hopefully you guys can rip through it just like myself. First node here, super easy. I'm just lazy, okay? Honestly, this team doesn't even really make sense. Just throw in Extreme X-Men and Old Man Logan and hit auto. If you don't have this team built up, guys, then you may not be in the end game like myself right now, because this is a staple team that's needed for incursion raids, that's needed for spotlight raids. Because of the relevance, and because of now we know that there's more X-Men reworks coming, they're going to still have a little bit of value here and there, but this is a no-brainer. If you want to use another team here, be mindful of the nodes later on, because they can help you prepare for other areas. For example, maybe you want to set up your Spire Society here, so that way their cooldowns are in a better position for when you use them in hero skill. But again, because I have so many characters and teams built up, it doesn't really matter to me, and this is just an easy auto when I throw this team in. And especially with them being quite relevant, and Old Man Logan getting value with his own event. Now we have the section where it starts getting a little bit trickier. And as you can see on screen here, this team is probably the only team that has not changed since my original run in difficulty 15. Why is that? Well, they don't really have a lot of value aside from if you're using this team on War. But again, if you guys know me and you've been following my channel and my account, you'll know War is one of the lowest priorities for myself personally. So I haven't changed this at all. The only thing you need to be mindful here is get a massive Black Knight. Actually, I messed up here. I should have probably had him as a striker ISO 8. He would have done more damage getting the additional strike. And then Captain Carter and as well as America, both being part of my Dark Dimension 6 run. You can see that's basically where they stopped. Gear tier 18, right? Nothing else there. Cosmic Ghost Rider, Starbrand, this is where you can save a bit in gold and resources. As you can see, I got like a gear tier 16 and 17 respectively on them. You just got to know how to play the nodes. And again, if you guys need to see that video, I'll have that link below. We do a min-max guide on it, so we were able to power through. So for me, this was probably one of the harder nodes because I just don't have a built-up team for this node. Now we start getting into funner things where, you know, we have more relevant characters now being utilized. If you recall, Gladiator and Gore, they came out the last time that this event came out, so I couldn't really get a chance to use them, but they're fully built up. They're farmable now in the game, combined with Skrull, Nova, Void Knight, all characters that have a bit of value right now in the game. They're going to absolutely dominate Cosmic Bile. The tricky thing about this one is that if you don't have Super Skrull, it could be quite a bit more difficult. So obviously he is going to be a very strong decider whether or not you can push through on difficulty 15. Having said that, Gore, Gladiator, the Illuminati characters, some members of them are Cosmic Bile, so there's more options. I don't think it's impossible without Skrull, but it's going to definitely need some more investment. But as you can see, the additions of having a notable modern meta with Annihilators being Gore and Gladiator helps them a tonfold, because we know there's a Pocket Dimensions coming. These characters were last utilized for a Shadow King Legendary, so it's great value across the board. Next up then, now in what I view as probably the hardest node in this entire run is Mission 4. You need a burner team. The last time I did this, I think I threw in like 3 teams, but now that my Spire Society is built up more, combined with the prowess of Black Knight, you can see how we just blew past this. So throw in a team. It doesn't really matter who the heck it is. You can see the power levels didn't really matter. They're meant to sponge the attacks of Lizard as well as Craven, and then you can bring in your A team in Spire Society combined with the defensive and offensive capabilities of Black Knight to easily get this node done. And again, if you're confused about what I'm talking about, I got my video below, guys. This one's a really hard one to wrap around because you have to anticipate the Sinister 6, Superior 6 synergies. And remember, those characters have their Crucible bonuses because of the way that this event is going. Villain, I'm only going to spend like 5 seconds on this. You throw in Cabal plus two villains, easy does it. You know, it doesn't really matter. I know some people are saying, don't use Cabal, but my gosh, they're so powerful as a Cosmic Crucible bonus team. You got to use them, and it doesn't matter who the other villains are. Mission 6, back to Cabal. It's an absolute joke. Make sure you have Emma Frost and Loki at least kind of like being able to take an attack or two, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter, because even if they die in this node, you won't need them for the final node, because we don't need to do the final node to get this done. Easy as that. Okay, oops, sorry, skipped one. Mission 7, Cosmic Bile, same story. Brought in the same Cosmic Bile team, absolutely powered through and slammed it home. Nothing to really speak about on this one. It was pretty easy auto. You could probably just get it done. Herald skill, same thing. This is basically an easier version of the Node 4, but you still need to be mindful of certain characters like Kang as well as Red Hulk being notable here. But aside from that, you shouldn't have issues if you have Spire Society built up. Again, a huge value team, and you need them in Orcus, you need them in Spotlight Raids. I mean, everything is telling you basically to invest in these characters. If there's anything to take away from this video, is that these are the teams that you need to be building, so that way you have a foundational roster for the end game. And then last but not least, I mean, nothing to speak about here, honestly. Throw in 2 random villains, throw in your Cabal. Easy, easy, easy. So guys, make sure you do this. Make sure you follow along here. All these characters and teams are relevant, and they easily got us the job done here with the rewards, and honestly just freebies for us endgame players, and we're just getting stronger and stronger. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, I'll have all my resources below if you guys need to see a better version of the guides with lower minimum levels the last time we did this, and I think that's gonna be more valuable, especially if you're not in the end game like myself and you're trying to get that 7 yellow with the weaker team than as the one shown. But do let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.